Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mark, and today I'm going to walk you through the file for this framed sign set. They're really easy, but there's several options to make it just your own. So I want to show you how those work. So before we walk through the file itself, let me talk you through one of these visually. So here I've got in my hand the mountain sign, and this one in particular has 4 layers on it, but you can use 4, you can use 3, whichever you prefer. And you'll see in the file, I've got a version of the stacked bases that is sized for 4 layers of 1/8 inch true flat. And I also have one in the file that's made for 1/8 inch for 3 layers of true flat. Now, of course, no matter what material you use, you're going to want to measure your material first and then potentially edit the slot size to match your material. So make sure you do that first. And here's what I suggest. Let's say you decide to do 4 layers like this one. Go ahead and cut the 4 vertical layers and then take your calipers and measure these 4 like this. And then you can see if that would fit in the slot size that's in the file, and you can adjust that if you need to before you cut the bases. The nice thing about the base is a couple things. It's got 3 layers, so it looks nice just as a stacked set of layers, but also the bottom one is solid so that you don't see any glue and you don't see the bottom of anything that's going into the slot, so that's nice and clean. And then it also just helps it stand up a little more sturdy because it's going through 2 layers instead of 1. So I really like that a lot. So here's how I did how I assembled the mountains. Let me go to the mountains and we'll start there. Here's the file for the mountains. And you'll see that from the top row here, you've got all the different layers that have a version that has the center cut out. Because I don't know which way you're going to want to put these together and how you're going to combine them and what order you want to put them in. That's up to you. But you've got all the options for all the layers with the center cut out, and then you've got the exact same ones with the center not cut out. So for example, on this one, I did the back layer, which is a piece of white true flat. I did the back layer as this one right here. Okay. And that way, a couple reasons. I wanted the white color at the top, but I also wanted the back to be nice and clean, so I didn't want to see any of the other layers through there. So that's white on the back. And on that same layer, I engraved this text. So that's why you're going to want, whatever layer you're going to engrave the text on is the one you want to be the solid version. And then the next 3 layers, the next one is the mountains, which is this one right here. That's the mountains. And then the one up next to that is the ones with the trees here, and then the small trees there. And that's my top layer. You could put one like this on the top layer if you preferred, if that's the look you want to go for. So just whichever look you're going for, choose the corresponding layers. And then we've also got a solid one right here. And depending on what you want up here, sometimes that can look really nice and it can make it look a little more clean if you put a solid layer on the back. So that's completely up to you. And then you'll see over here, I'll zoom in on these. I've got 2 sets of stacked bases, like I mentioned earlier. And this is the slot size for 3 layers of true flat. And this is the slot size for 4 layers. So you decide which ones you need. And of course, edit those if you need to, based on the thickness of your material. So that's how that works. Let me show you also one more time. I'll show you another one. I'll show you the flowers. Again, it's the same layout here. The top row is the open frame, and the bottom row is the solid center. So in this case, I used white true flat for the back, and that was this one right here. And that one there is the one that I engraved on. And the next one up is the true flat maple, which I used this piece here. And then the top piece is the true flat walnut, which is this piece here. So it's just 3 layers. And in that case, I used these stacked base pieces. So that's really up to you how you want to make that, but that's how the file is set up, and it's really easy. So just choose whichever pieces you want and mix them together the way that you prefer with the materials that you prefer. And I think you're going to really enjoy these. Let me know if you have any questions with these. I would love to see what you make. I think you're going to really like them. But until then, as always, I'll see you in the next one.